Mr. Speaker, speaking to the amendment.
Gentleman has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, members of the House, I serve with the gentleman from Colonial Heights on one of those commemoration commissions, and I agree that they can be very useful and educational and provide a lot of great things. The question is, I guess, if we're going to make all this return on investment on $10 million, why not $20 million? Why not $50 million? Why not $100 million? At some point, enough is enough and too much is too much. And I know that we've got some of this obligated already, but budgets are about choices. Can we do a really excellent commemoration? Can we provide the civic education? Can we provide the great lessons that we want to achieve without spending $10 million? The governor thinks that we can. We've been hearing a lot about things we can't afford, investments that we can't afford right now. We can't afford $400 and some $1,000 for mental health in jails. We can't afford money for cybersecurity scholarships, which would bring economic development. We can't afford the money that we need for solar initiatives that we heard would bring economic development and develop jobs. But we can afford to spend another $5 million celebrating us. Now, I agree we're worth celebrating, and I'm very proud to be here. But I think we could probably find some better ways to spend that money. Now, what the governor does also with this $5 million is he doubles our unappropriated balance, because we're operating on a very, very fine margin, very thin margin this year's budget in particular. In fact, I told a story about a constituent who just wanted to have the same home health care worker attend to him all week long. We were told we couldn't afford to pay that person overtime because we didn't have enough money in the unappropriated balance. It was going to throw the budget out of balance. So, Mr. Speaker, members of the House, the goals of the commission are laudable. I hope that it achieves all that we set out to do, and I think we could probably find a way to do it for less than $10 million. So this $5 million would go to the unappropriated balance and be a hedge against something that's got a lot of us in my part of the state very nervous, which is the federal hiring freeze and the Republican proposed budget, which the economists at George Mason University said could cost tens of thousands of jobs to Northern Virginia and Virginia all over the place. We don't know that this money and this revenue that we're putting in here is really going to materialize based on what is going on in Washington. And so I think it's only prudent that we use this opportunity to double our unexpended balance, put a little bit of a hedge there against the impact of the federal budget, and still throw a really great celebration of Jamestown, of Yorktown, and of the General Assembly. I hope it be the pleasure of the body to accept the governor's amendment.
Shall the recommendations of the governor be adopted? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 24, no 76.
Ayes 24, no 76. The governor's recommendations are not adopted.